Mic up. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. If you're hearing my voice, yes, out there, of course, absolutely. Hello. If you're hearing my voice, this is your cue to start coming in and getting seated and sing with us. And actually, let's stand if you're willing and able. I invite you to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And get some blood going, get some life going. These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace? Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive love? Are you ready? Joy, are you ready? Peace, are you ready? Are you ready? I am ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive compassion, I am ready. Forgiveness, I am ready. Laughter, I am ready. I am ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive passion, I am ready. Success, I am ready. Abundance, I am ready. I am ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready again. All the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive.
Good morning. I invite you to please remain standing, but it is my pleasure to welcome you to Unity of Fox Valley. We are a radically inclusive community, and we believe in building spirituality on the basis of prayer and meditation and changing your life one thought at a time.
2, 3, 4. Here we go. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Again. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in
Please take a seat. And join me now in praying a different prayer this week, the Fillmorian prayer, which is found in your bulletin and voila, on the screen. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge your presence and power, O blessed Spirit. In your divine wisdom, now you raise my mortal limitations, and from your pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world according to your perfect law. And now I would like to invite Pam to please come forward and share today's daily word reading. Let's give you a microphone.
Oh, thank you, yeah. Hi. My thoughts, words, and actions affirm wholeness. Wholeness is my true nature. Even if I am facing a health challenge, divine life is active in every cell of my body. Knowing this truth, I hold healing thoughts and speak life-affirming words, while making sure to give my body the rest, nourishment, and care that will help it heal. I refuse to allow thoughts of sickness or weakness to grow in my consciousness. I seek support among friends and family who share my beliefs in wholeness. As I have been supported, I offer my support. I feel honored when I am asked for healing prayer. I look beyond the appearance of illness, and with faith-filled vision, I behold and affirm the wholeness that is seeking to express more completely in the lives of those for whom I pray. This is written in John 5:6. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" That is today's daily word. Thank you. Also, as the prayer chaplain for today, I'll be up here for anybody who would like to have prayers. And I will just remind everybody that anything that is shared is absolutely confidential. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. And please do take advantage of this beautiful prayer ministry that we have. There's no reason to go home with a heavy heart. And if you wish to celebrate joy in your life, prayer is the best way to do that too. So I now invite you to return to your feet and join in singing and praying the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Please be seated. It's this fun time in the service where we get to bless our children. So I invite our children and their sponsors to please come forward. Wait, there's more.
Hello. Oh, goodness.
So cool. Join me in blessing them. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you, and know that you are empowered to do great things.
I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. There's no sound of chains a breaking, but there's a kiss in the breeze. Though there are times that my heart is aching, I'm a lot more at ease. I don't put myself down anymore. I don't do those things that cause me pain. I don't squelch the joy of my God-given soul. I'm learning how to tend the flame. My love is lifting like a rosebud on tiptoe to the sun. And in the mirror I see a smile and a face that I love. I don't put myself down anymore. I don't do those things that cause me pain. I don't squelch the joy of my God-given soul. I'm learning how to tend the flame. Oh, keep me clear. Let the lover live in me forever, and in your light always shine with you. Funny how we've loved each other. Funny how we've loved ourselves. The hurts we've buried and uncovered. The constant longing to heal. I don't put myself down anymore. I don't do those things that cause me pain. I don't squelch the joy of my God-given soul. I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning how to tend the flame.
Thank you, music team. It's important to have good music. The better the music, the worse the talk could be that I'm going to give. So we have kind of a change here today. Nice, cool day compared to the past 2 weeks. Unusually, really hot for September.
How hot was it?
It was so hot that I saw a funeral procession pull through the drive-through of a Dairy Queen. It was so hot the chickens were laying hard-boiled eggs. I'm sorry, I can't stop now. It was so hot that at a local farm, a pig complained to the farmer. He says, "Man, I'm baking."
No, I hope not. Poor piggy.
The more you groan, the more you're going to get fed this every week. I'm telling you that right now. You know, for newcomers, we asked them to fill out an evaluation form. We sent them a letter. Nobody's ever complained about the jokes. I just want to make that point. So let me just start off with a very elementary question. Have you ever been in love? I'm guessing that all of you at one time or another probably have experienced been in love. And I'm guessing that right now at this very time, it's likely that you're in a loving relationship of some sort. But I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about love, where there's such an incredible intensity that it just affects every single part of your life. You know, when young kids, teenagers, fall in love with one another, we call it puppy love. And we have expressions, oh, she'll get over it. He'll get over it. They don't realize what's going on, but they will. She'll come down to earth, or he'll come down to earth. But you know, that's kind of sad, in a way. I mean, if you experienced puppy love, and I did many times, you really are in a different place. You're in a different world. Things are heating up for you in a very real way. And in unity, do we not affirm that our whole purpose in being here is to get ourselves into a consciousness in which we move into the kingdom of heaven? And it sounds maybe like a fairy tale, and that's unfortunate too, but aren't we really supposed to be walking on cloud 9? When you're hot, you're hot. And it's not just about love and love relationships. It applies to other areas of our life in which we get into a zone. We depart from, you know, the everyday life into an elevated stratosphere. Michael Jordan possibly will go down as the greatest basketball ever to play the game. But when he was in high school, he got cut from the basketball team, and he went home and he cried his eyes out. He sobbed for hours. But the pain that he experienced from the whole thing created in him a burning fervor that just drove him to make basketball his life. He slept with a basketball at night as a kid. And he practiced, and he practiced, and he practiced. And it's an interesting thing because one night after pouring in 50 points in an NBA game, he was approached by one of the reporters who said, "What were you feeling while that was going on?" And it was an interesting response on his part. He said, there was absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. The world did not exist for me. All that it was me, the basketball, and the hoop. There was nothing else. You know, I played a lot of sports as a kid, as a teenager. When it came to basketball, I absolutely stunk. I couldn't dribble with my left hand, and it had nothing to do with my height or lack thereof either. I just was really bad at basketball. But I could relate to the Jordan thing because there was one occasion when I was like 14 years old, and I went to the playground of Peabody School in Chicago at that time, and there were some guys playing basketball, and they needed a player to even the sides, and they asked me to play, and I said, all right. I said, I'm not very good. I'm not sure exactly what happened, even today, looking back. I couldn't miss. And I'm not exaggerating. I probably hit 20 to 25 consecutive shots during that time span. And it wasn't just that the ball went through the hoop. I knew before I shot it that it was going to go through the hoop. When you're hot, you're hot. To show you the significance of my personal experience, I went home, I cooled down, I took off my shoes. They weren't gym shoes. I didn't own gym shoes. I played in street shoes. And when I took off my shoes, the heels on both of my feet were bleeding and blistered. And the small toe on both of my feet were bleeding and would eventually develop into really nice, painful corns, which I still have to this day. But at that time, there was nothing else. When I was pouring them in, there was no other aspect of my life. There was nothing about the world. It was only that particular moment. When you're hot, you're hot. In Unity, we frequently talk about the Christ essence within us, and we tend most of the time to refer to it as the light inside. But just for today, let's not think about it as a light. Let's think about it as a flame. And things are changing right now, but for the longest time, every major appliance, stoves, hot water tanks, space heaters, and I even owned a refrigerator one time that was a gas refrigerator, and all of them had a small pilot light. And it was from that small pilot light that there was an expansion of heat that warmed our houses, that warmed our water. And in each and every one of you, at the very least, as long as you're breathing, there is at least a small pilot light. A pilot light that will allow you to ignite deep within and feel a warmth that is really, really unique, and feel a warmth that could be so blazing that each and every one of you has within you the power to make a difference, first in your life and then in the world. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds far-fetched, because that's not the message that the world gives us. The world does not extol our virtues. But in every one of the examples, let me give you another example. After Jesus was crucified, and shortly after he was gone, There were 12 individuals that were huddled in a cold, dark upper room. And these 12 individuals that we know as the apostles were absolutely terrified. They had recently witnessed their leader that they had spent so much time with, somebody that was inspiring them, somebody that really didn't exist a whole lot of fear, was taken away. And they had every reason to be afraid because they didn't know if they would be next. But in that dark, cold room, they just prayed. And then, with a giant gust of wind that entered into the house and was so powerful that it was deafeningly loud, and a tongue of fire appeared, which then spread and settled over the heads of each and every one of them. So first thing to take away from this is when we're really scared, when we're really in trouble, when we're really in pain, that really and truly is when Spirit puts things on turbo and really tries to reach out to us in some way, shape, or form to ease whatever it is that's troubling you, to remind you that you are powerful, that you are precious, that you are whole, that you are beautiful beyond belief. So they had this experience, and they went nuts. They poured out into the streets of the city and began spreading the good news of the gospel. They began spreading talk of love making a difference in your life. And on that day, what was really peculiar about it is they were Galatians, and there were Jews from all different communities who spoke different languages, even though they shared the Jewishness. And everybody was able to understand what they were saying. And it was so overwhelming and so crazy that it prompted somebody who was there to say, "These guys are drunk." And Peter got up and said, "They're not drunk. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning. They've had nothing to drink." But the fact of the matter is that they were drunk. They weren't drunk from spirits, but they were intoxicated. They were drunk on spirit. They were hot. And there was burning within them a fervor. And all of these examples that I'm quoting to you today, whether, the experiences of love in your life and, talking about Michael Jordan and this whole story that's taken from the Acts of the Apostles, they all share in common. They are all manifestations of your relationship with Spirit. In preparing for this talk this week, I spent the better part of 2 days staring at my computer screen and not typing a single word. I was really stymied. Because where my head was, when I build a talk generally, I try to use, words and logic to kind of build to some kind of a case, to maybe arrive at some sort of suggest a conclusion to you, maybe something to get you thinking a little bit. And nothing like that was coming. And then I realized, ultimately, your spirituality has nothing to do with intellect. It does have something to do with consciousness, but it's a consciousness that comes from having that hot experience. It's a consciousness that comes from a mystical experience. And maybe it's somebody that you love in your life, or maybe it's standing on the shore of the ocean and feeling incredibly small, and seeing the vastness of the ocean, but somehow you know that there's a connectedness, and that all of the wonders of that vastness and all of the teeming life that's in that body of water exists within you. I can't give you a checklist of how to make this happen in your life, or how to make it happen more often in your life. But there is one common denominator. So going back when I was thoroughly immersed in puppy love, my first love, her name was Susie. I always comment about, I love the symmetry. Start with a Susie, end with a Susie. Love you, babes. But when I was immersed in that, and it was something that had affected my entire life. It affected my eating, my sleeping, my brushing my teeth. And to quote a line from one of my favorite songs, I knew how it feels to have wings on your heels and fly down the street in a trance. Man, I was all immersed in this whole thing. But the common denominator that every mystical experience shares is what Michael Jordan said. There's nothing else. There's absolutely nothing else. In that incredibly golden moment, nothing has relevance, nothing makes sense, nothing has meaning outside of the experience that you are going through in that moment. And for me, it was, all of that was true. Nothing mattered outside of my experience of puppy love. Because nothing matters other than what's going on in the kingdom of God, which is in you. I make reference to the kingdom because that's what this whole business of when you're hot really comes up to. It's about dwelling in a space, not just with your head, not just with your heart, but with your total being. Our way show where Jesus said, love God with your whole mind, your whole heart, and your whole soul. And imagine what it would be like, just for a moment, what difference it would make in your life if in absolutely everything that you thought and said and did and were, you had this sense of zeal about the presence of God. We don't talk about zeal all that much. It's one of the 12 powers that our co-founder Charles Fillmore outlined that we all have. And zeal is that capacity to be exuberant and intense and enthusiastic. It's that pilot light inside of you that is urging you to go forward and to progress and to grow. It's a short quote, but I don't want to mess it up. And Charles Fillmore said about zeal, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that are to be done by me today. Yes, when you're hot, you're hot. I don't have any other inspirational words to move you from the place of fizzling to sizzling. But there are hints all around you. Every positive relationship that you have is trying to turn that pilot light onto full blast. And I mentioned the whole thing about entering into the kingdom because, you know, in unity, there's a very popular phrase, let go and let God. But when we're talking today about when you're hot, I would edit that phrase. I would say, let go and be God. And I'm aware that the vast majority of people walking the earth would just think that the words that I just spoke are absolute blasphemy. But then there's the question, is it blasphemy, really, to be able to see and relate to the presence of God in absolutely everything, absolutely everyone, including yourself? I think this is a really good question that we should take into prayer and meditation.
One, two, three. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Join me now in prayer. I invite you just to relax. Allow yourself to be in this moment. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale it and let it go, and take another and inhale it and let it go. And just fall into a cadence which bars the door, allows you to enter into that nothingness. For in the vast nothingness, we come away with answers to whatever. This is a mellow time, a soft, tender time. Because our objective is just to go deep, deep inside because any questions that we may have, therein lies the answers. The only true source of answers to any of our questions is the Spirit that dwells with us, through us, and in us. So turn your focus inward. And though we listen, what we really seek is to feel that presence of God within. Feel the reality of Spirit. You'll know when you find it. It will speak to you of your wholeness, of your goodness. It will speak to you of your compassion. It will speak to you, remind you of your power. And it will speak to you of love. Not just love you have to share, but the love that you are. And so now I just invite you to be in that space in some moments of silence. And now, as you may be ready, I invite you to return to this sanctuary, return to this physical space. Let the light within you greet the light in the room. Open your eyes. Continue to breathe. Every breath you take continues to awaken the Spirit within you. Recognize once again where you are. Become aware of the persons sitting near you or around you. And hopefully you brought with you whatever joy, peace, and comfort that you may have experienced while in meditation. Loving Spirit, we are so grateful for this opportunity to come together this morning. Just open ourselves up and to bring us to a greater understanding, a greater realization, a deeper knowing that nothing makes sense without you and that everything makes sense with you and because of you. We have so much to be grateful for, loving Spirit. And so, from our depths, we say thank you. And so it is. Amen. We've been playing with the order of service a little bit. We got love offering coming here, right?
Yep.
All right, because it's juxtaposed in the bulletin. It is a time for a sacrament of giving and receiving, a time with that we ask you to contribute your dollars and cents. We do so with the deepest appreciation and sense of gratitude and an acknowledgement that it is a tangible expression of the ongoing work of this church community. And so we thank you not just for the money, but for the time and the talents, the presence that you offer to one another, not just in times of need, but always. So please join me in praying our affirmations. God is my instant, constant, abundant source of supply. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all the good that I am, I have, I give, and I receive. Divine love flowing through us blesses and multiplies all the good that we are, we have, we give, and we receive.
We did this at the picnic, and it's a call and response for right now, so just follow along. Where I sit is holy.
Where I sit is holy.
Holy is the ground.
Holy is the ground.
Forest, mountain, river.
Forest, mountain, river.
Listen to the sound.
Listen to the sound.
Great Spirit circles all around me. Great Spirit circles all around me. Who I am is holy.
Who I am is holy.
Holy are we.
Holy are we.
Body, thought in motion.
Body, thought in motion.
Connecting you and me.
Connecting you and me.
Great Spirit circles all around me. Great Spirit circles all around me. What I do is holy.
What I do is holy.
Holy are we. Holy is my way. Sorry. Work and play together.
Work and play together.
Celebrate the day.
Celebrate the day.
Great Spirit circles all around me. Great Spirit circles all around me. Where I sit is holy.
Where I sit is holy.
Who I am is holy.
Who I am is holy.
What I do is holy.
What I do is holy.
Great Spirit circles all around me. Great Spirit circles all around me. Great Spirit circles all around me. Great Spirit circles all around me.
Okay, we do have some important announcements. Our pet blessing and fall equinox service will be held this Saturday. We will honor the harmony of nature and the special bond we share with our cherished animal companions. We also encourage everyone to bring an item or two for the pet supply drive for Kane County Animal Control to the pet blessing. The drive ends next Sunday, and the list of items in need is in your bulletin. We all love animals, so let's help this organization take care of the animals that are in their care. Please join our youth in their intergenerational service that is on October 6th. They will lead portions of the service and share the significance of the 5 unity principles, explaining how they apply these principles in their lives to create a harmonious and loving experience. And something different. Join us for Abbey Farms Pumpkin Days, D-A-Z-E, Fall Festival. That is on Saturday, October 26th. There's fun for everyone across the farm's activities and attractions. Soak up the festive atmosphere surrounded by the beauty of autumn. Tickets are $20 each, and sales start on October 6th. Another very important announcement. This was an email blast went out on this. Your Board of Trustees is inviting you to a special open meeting next Sunday following the service. It will take place immediately after the regular service. The purpose of the meeting is to share with all of you a significant opportunity that has been offered to Unity of Fox Valley. A detailed presentation will be made, and also time will be allowed for all to ask questions and give feedback. We really hope you could join us for this important meeting. Your loving energy and your wisdom are very important, and the meeting will not be live streamed. That concludes our announcements for today, but before we close, I want to ask, do we have any first-time visitors? We do have a couple here. We welcome you, and we thank you for being with us. You grace us with your company today, and we bless whatever it is that brought you in through our doors today. If you have any questions, people will be very anxious to be at your service and talk to you, and I certainly will make myself available if you have any questions that you would like to ask of me. If you have not filled out the guest book, please do. You will not be inundated with untold emails, okay? And besides which, you'll get a questionnaire which allows you to criticize my jokes if you wish to go down that path, okay? So again, thank you for being with us. And with that, I invite you to return to your feet. And remember, we've switched this around. It's going to be congregational blessing, peace song, and then the prayer of protection. But I invite you to return to your feet, look and address the person alongside of you or across the aisle and confer our blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you, and know that you are empowered to do great things.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be our moment now. With every step I take, let this be our joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
I love you guys.
Terry, I need you, and Jennifer, I need you too.
You've been summoned.
Yeah.